I mean, I was just looking at the statistics. The last time we had a result this bad was in 2016. And sadly, it wasn't this bad. In 2015, it was 38.68%. Now we are talking about a 38.3%, which is worse. But in your assessment, what do you think went wrong from last year where we had over 70% to now 36%?
Yes, the sharp decline is actually alarming and surprising to all and sundry. But we can just say that the aggravation of that decline is actually also in line and proportionate to the infiltration of technology and among our youth, and with all sporting activities that are also ongoing today. As some of the stakeholders have said, much of the time and attention they need to give to their study were taken away by these particular technology aggravation activities. And also for male, they also depend more and they love more to go into sports, patronizing most of the local and grassroots self-contained stadia where they can watch international football, where they can watch national football, and also they themselves engaging in those sporting activities around their homes, creating artificial fields of play. So because of this, we found out that the attention span of our children into their study is actually now very, very low. And because of this, we can see the results that we have now.
But Professor, are you saying that these distractions were not there in the previous years where we have seen 78%, 81%? Actually, in 2021, there was an 81% pass rate. In 2019, it was a 64%. Are you saying that these distractions were not there?
Yes, they were there. But as at that particular time, we also found out that some of these particular activities were not as aggravated as it is today. And if care is not taken, we can also find out that I'm not a false prophet, by next year, if something drastic is not actually taking place, we may also have sharp decline on that. So we need to look into our educational system and how to handle our children to divert their attention span to their study rather than most of these particular distractions around them.
So do you also agree when WAEC says the performance drop is linked to infiltration of technology and cutting cheating? Do you agree with them? If they say this is as a result of technology being brought on board to cut cheating, then can we say that in the previous years, we have had a lot of people cheating to have pass marks? Is that what we are saying?
Yes. The serialization system that is on board now, as a specialist in educational evaluation, the root of that serialization is what we call equivalent forms of test items, wherein children are exposed, the examinees are exposed to different kinds of test items, but having the same difficulty discrimination levels and measuring the same level of skill and objectives. So in view of this, the only medium, if you say it is technology, that is not the medium of doing that is only technology. So, and this has actually caused a lot of, infiltrations at the school level. Inter-school serialization is there. At the individual level, examinee A cannot actually giraffe to know what examinee B is doing because the items, though of the same level, are actually different. And because of that, and this serialization of the distractors and the right answer, the placement of the right answer are also being juggled, that if my own answer is A, your own answer may be D. So if you see my own answer as A, or somebody who has employed machinery to get this thing done, then they are destabilized.
I must say, it's been quite a while I heard the word giraffe used, Professor. But not long ago, there was public outrage over poor UTME results, with JAM later attributing it to a technical glitch. So, and in fact, they had to reconduct the examinations for some students across the country, particularly in Lagos and the Southeast. Given that, how confident can the public be that this is actually a fair situation going on with WASC? How can they be confident that this is not another glitch? We see students who have come out to say their JAM scores were high, they passed JAM, they've sat for SATs. So now with WASC, they are failing the most important subjects of English and mathematics.
There's what we call predictive indicators that's supposed to be between the performance in WAEC and in JAM and that of WAEC. But we cannot rule out technical problems, technical challenges, because one, we are working with internet that are unstable. Number two, some of the gadgets that are being used can develop problem at any given time, putting the examinees into unnecessary anxiety. And when there is that particular destabilization, it will knock them off their thoughts, their intuitions, and everything about them becomes so shaky that they may not be able to compose themselves. Even when they have technical assistance, it also takes some time before they reorganize their senses and their brain to adjust with the task that is before them to do.
I do apologize. In 20 seconds, how do we fix this? You've talked about distractions, but can it be distractions alone? In 20 seconds, how do we ensure that this your prophecy of doom doesn't come to pass?
Well, we need to do that because, one, we need to go back. As WAEC is now translating to this CBT system generally, ruling out the pen on paper and everything, I think there is a need for schools to develop themselves in that particular system. Having a lot of technological gadgets that to prepare familiarize the students with incoming intervention and emergence technology that is coming into the examining. And also, the government too need to come back and look at these infrastructures. Can schools alone be able to shoulder it? And if they are able to shoulder it, the little that they have, how are they going to be maintaining it? That is public school. For the private school system, there should be a policy for them also. Yes, they may have money to get this, but they need to be supervised. They need to be monitored.
All right.